Hello everyone. Just waiting for some people to get on here. No intro because I'm just doing this on my phone today. So the audio probably is horrible. But here we are. We're doing what we can. Prime my face. I'm looking at a whole mess this morning. And if I'm being honest, I'm having to get ready and I don't even want to. Don't even want to leave this house today. But because I'm one of those people who, for lack of a better word, don't like to look like a Hank before daylight. I mean, I try my very best not to. Here I am, getting ready because I have a doctor's appointment today. Hey, Chatty. So I figured while I get ready, maybe we could have a conversation. I've got some important lives coming up. Some that mean a whole lot to me. And if I'm being completely honest, I worry. Because these lives ain't about drama. They ain't about talking about people. So I wonder how much awareness is going to be brought with these lives. But if only one person, if only one actually watches it and has a change of mindset, then in my eyes it's worth it. Chatty, can you hear me okay? Because I'm coming live straight from my phone. There is a lady that lives in my town. I've known her for a very long time. She worked for a long time in the school system. So, I mean, my kids going to school, I always saw her in the office because that's where she worked. Then she went to the detention center and started working there. But along the way, her son, my daughter, that you all heard on here, Hope. Hope was born in February. Matthew was born in September. On the 9th of September, because it's after his birthday, she's going to be coming on here talking about her story. Why MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, means so much to her. And you all, it was her only son. She lost him. But it is her story to tell. And I'm going to let her do that on my platform. She's done incredible things since, I think it was 2022 when she lost him. She sponsored a lot of kids that wouldn't, in other words, would not been able to went to college. And she's gave them that opportunity. She's got through MAD, her group is called, because Matthew's nickname was Tater, she's got a group called Tater's Troops. They march in Frankfurt. She's doing incredible things, you all. And I want her story to be able to be told. This was her only son. Hello, Pacific Northwest 360. But I want her story to be able to be told. Here is where it becomes know the word to use, really. Well, that is her story, but he was 16 years old and he was hit by a drunk driver. He is forever 16. She lost her only son due to somebody thinking they could drive, driving impaired. And, I mean, she didn't get those prom dates. She didn't get those graduation dates. She didn't get to do all that. Let me see something. Okay. Sorry, Nightbot, kind of some words it will hold back. But she didn't get all that. And as a mom that has buried 2 kids, not because of drunk drivers, but it's kind of a club that nobody wants to be in. I couldn't have imagined if losing my kids was due to somebody else's neglect. Now, sadly, it wasn't just him that was lost that day. This young man that decided to drive drunk, he also passed away. And I think it's very important for that to be known. Because this one decision didn't just affect one family. It affected both, and both needs prayer. So on the 9th of September, she will be on here, and I mean, I want to let her tell her story. They ain't nobody tell somebody's story better than them. But lately, what we're seeing, it almost seems like some people just don't care. They don't care about the topics that matter. And that, to me, is sad. When people would rather just argue than to get information out there that is really important. Hello, Julia. I'm from Kentucky, too. But I guarantee you could tell that. I bet anything you could. There is so many things that we could be talking about. Bringing awareness to. That ain't happening. No. And I don't have to go into detail. You all know what I'm talking about. You see all these people, creators, just going after each other. And yeah, if you will need to defend yourself, go right ahead. But man, this has been going on for, what, 4 months? Meanwhile, things that need to be talked about aren't being talked about. Oh no. Let's all be silent about all that. There's things going on in this world that's a way more drastic. Goodness, can't speak this morning. Oh, thank you, Chris. For instance, put a 1 in chat if you saw where that school, Catholic school, being shot up. I ain't censoring my words. I'm not monetized. YouTube don't like it. They can take this video down. Don't see many people talking about that, do you? Nope. I would just think that if it has to be done over and over and over, are you really making a difference? I mean, because while we're acting like teenagers, there is kids losing their lives. Not just the drunk drivers, to mental health issues. Why are we allowing that? Why can't we be a better voice for our kids? Why can't we be better role models? And then you got those ain't crap parents. Yeah, I said what I said. Those ain't crap parents that they refuse to teach their children. So they go to school and they bully everybody else that's there. And then we've got parents that actually give a crap that what their kids are being taught. And I'm sorry, also school system lets our kids down. If we ain't going to be their voice, who is going to? If we ain't going to teach them, some stranger will. But we got garbage. We got garbage we got to talk about on this internet. Stuff that ain't worth a hoot or a holler. So, guarantee on the night that she comes on my channel with a very important topic that I think everybody could actually benefit from. There'll probably be some drama popping off somewhere. If they ain't, it'll be a rare day on the YouTube world, because it seems to be going on all the time. Like, nobody has a good day. Nobody can just be happy. Nobody can wake up and say, I'm glad to be alive. No, we got to go at each other. We got to act like middle schoolers. Can't let nothing go. Don't get along with... You know what I tell my kids? If you don't get along with somebody, that's fine. Just don't get in their business. Okay? Don't make it your job to tell them about themselves. They got parents and everything else to do that. Nothing if they don't like you and you don't like them, there's nothing you're going to say that is going to change their mind. It takes a good Lord to do that. Awakening. And then people want to say, you know, we just didn't hear of all these kids being harmed when we were little. No, we didn't, but I guarantee they were. It's a different time. We ain't got enough parents going to open their mouth and say anything. No, they're just going to go at other parents. They're going to argue with other people. They're going to talk about the topics that might save their kids' lives. Lord, no, that's going to take too much effort. Sorry. It just aggravates me. I mean, Chatty, you was on a live the other day about AI. To me, I think that was important. That was an important topic. People need to know how it works. Right? Like when you hit I agree, don't you think you need to know what you're agreeing to? Half of us hit it and never read it. I think that was a pretty important live. I could tell some people didn't even watch it. What I'm recording on right now is an iPhone. I mean, technology. I know a little bit about technology. Am I a genius? Nope. Nope. But I think those that know me well and know that if I am going to try something, I ain't going to give up till I learn. Because That's just how I am. I'll go down rabbit holes. You just know that. If you watch me much at all, you know that. You got so many saying I want to be an advocate. I'm out here for these kids. Really? Because it ain't looking like it. Ain't looking like you out here for nothing but numbers. Try to protect victims while you make new ones. I know a little bit also. It took me a few weeks to figure out YouTube. Well, I mean, y'all see me. A lot of times, what I learn is trial and error. Hence the reason that you'll see some of my lives done on StreamYard and some on OBS, because I'm determined to learn OBS. But if it's something that I don't want to take the risk of it going wrong, like a heavy topic, for example, when Rita comes on here, I'll probably do that through StreamYard. Unless I really, really get good at OBS by then. If I'm being completely honest, I tell you what, I don't even want to go to the doctor today, y'all. I've been putting off this doctor's appointment for a while. Some things I can't. I'm hoping to have a live fishing channel at some point. That would be great. That would be great. That is like one of my favorite things to do, Chatty. One of my favorite things to do. Screwball's been talking about doing a fishing channel too. I said go for it. Absolutely. Yeah, I haven't put on my foundation yet, y'all. So, yes, y'all. Do you get caught in these rabbit holes watching this crap? Watching people argue? And it ain't just true crime, y'all. I ain't kidding. I have went to other genres. Like I saw Sims gamers going at it the other day. And I'm like, what is wrong with people? Me too. I'll be the first one to hold my hand up. I was like, are you kidding me? They people arguing over the game, whether it's good or bad. Well, Yuns watched the YouTuber Survivor House. Okay? It's entertaining, and it's also glitchy. So why can't both be true? But they was going right at it. Over a game. Over a game. Something they have a choice whether to even click on and play. But it didn't take me very long to watch them that I figured out what it was. Just like in every other sector of YouTube. Clicks and views. Going backwards and forwards. That's what it got them. Clicks and views. I don't understand it. I would love to understand what people get out of watching people just cuss each other out all day. And they dedicating time to it too. Hours. And that's fine and dandy. But you know what it got me asking? Who is my audience? Who is the subs that actually like watching That's So Crystal? No, Chatty, I don't even have to ask you. I know, honey, you one of them. But I would rather have a wholesome conversation. I'd rather be real than to sit back and go so deep that it involves my family or gets them involved. I even see that the life coaching community was arguing. I was searching high and low, looking for something that didn't have to do with drama. And once again, where'd that land me? Right back to watching my little British people that review American stuff. Yep, that's where it took me back to. They don't seem to argue like that. I mean, but in reality, I'd like them to have a panel. I'd like to tell them a little something about how people are over here, because they think we're all so friendly. And that's not the case. Hey, Tamara, welcome. I hope I didn't butcher your name. I'm a little hillbilly. I can butcher the name Amy. I'm here to tell you. And like I said, I'm real here. I'm me, 24/365. And if I'm being completely honest, the one thing that I didn't want to do today was put in these doggone dentures. And I'd like to just jerk them suckers out. Choke a gal. Maybe that's something somebody can tell me. Somebody do a live about that, please. Explain to me how, when you're wearing your dentures, you're able to eat, not gag, and get sick. If you can cover that, you will make my life better. It comes down to, and some of these people my age, I'd like to say it's a generational gap. It's not. It's not a generational gap. It ain't. Why do y'all think they do it? And it don't seem like anything that I do to my eyes today is working. Woke up with a migraine this morning. Praise God that's gone. Because I was really starting to worry. Oh, it's about to be repainted. It is. It's about to be redone. It's been this color for a while. And I'll tell you why. Because this is my master bath. And I got 3 very small children. And then 3 adult children. One's almost an adult. She'll be an adult this year. Empowerment behind a keyboard and screen. Exactly. Chatty, good job. Yes. That's it. Because let me tell you something. These very same people that want to go head to head, and I'm talking about the Sims community, all these people that I've mentioned this morning. I mean, I don't really know them by heart, because I was like searching for something decent. But arguing over the craziest things, y'all. But in my day, and I don't want to make this a generational, Gen X thing, but I mean, here it comes. In my day, if you argued with somebody, like all of us kids would meet in the neighborhood, okay? And we back in the holler. Same holler I'm still in is the holler that I was raised in. Have I moved away? Yes. I came back for a reason. But we'd all meet one spot. Whole big bunch of us kids. And when I tell you there was not one of us that didn't fight each other, I am being completely honest. But now, in the midst of that, and even being kids, not one of us went home and ratted that we got in a fight. We didn't. Pick and choose battles. That's something my daddy taught me a long time ago. A lot of things are not worth your time and energy. That's true. That is true. And yeah, we were the kids that was left unattended. Our parents was working. Older kids took care of the younger kids. Unfortunately, I was smack dab in the middle of what the older kid was and what the younger kid was. And the younger kid was 8 years younger than me. The oldest was 8 years older than me. And then my other sister was 4 years older than me. So I had double trouble. There was two that considered themselves the boss over me when Mom and Daddy went around. And we didn't go ratting. Yeah, tried to be. Sure did. Tried to be the peacemaker. Wasn't always. Didn't always work for old girl, I'm going to be honest with you. I'd like to say it did, but sometimes it didn't. Because sometimes I found myself fighting my sister's battles. Not because she was a coward, but she was like, she gave everybody the benefit of the doubt. She's one of them people you had to push and push and push, and then she exploded. Which was far worse than somebody that just gets mad. But, point being, we solved it within ourselves. It's not like everybody at the school system even knew that we were having it out. We didn't go to school talking about it. No. But now we also had parents that was telling us, literally telling us that there was monsters under our bed. That way we'd keep our little honeyins in it. And we wasn't getting up and down all night. Tell me I wasn't the only one that had the parents that said that. And while I'm on this subject, is Kentucky the only one that has the Wampus cat? You know, that cat you've never saw, but will get you if you stayed out too late? I like to say I'm asking for a friend, but no, I'm asking for myself. Heard my whole life. You better be in this house before it got dark. Now, see, we didn't have the street lights because this is back in the holler. Let me see. This is back in the holler, okay? We didn't have street lights. No. Our street lights was the sun and the moon and the lightning bugs. No, it was, we knew when the whippoorwill started screaming, it's time to come home. Now, we also knew you didn't just run in and out of the house all day. Mama didn't have that kind of money to be paying that kind of bill. And everything could jack up that electric bill. Everything could. Don't be running in and out of my house. I ain't paying no high electric bill. This didn't happen, but I guarantee if I was jumping on the bed, at some point, my mama would probably say, don't be jumping on that bed. I don't want no high electric bill. Except Mama didn't call it electric bill. She called it a juice bill. It was the juice. It's what we had. It's telling kids what... Yeah, and... Oh, yeah. You're right. And let me tell you something. Call me a hard butt. I don't care. I'm not a big cusser, y'all. But the day my kid comes home acting like I'm a cat, guess where you gonna go? You ain't gonna have no electronics because cats don't need them. You ain't gonna have no bed because cats don't need them. You can go right outside and I'll put your food into a little bitty bowl about like it's right here because I mean, if you want to be a cat, you gonna be one 100%. We gonna go all the way with it, okay? It wouldn't take very long when they don't have no food, not food, don't have no electronics, no computer, no game system, no name brand shoes to figure out they ain't cats. Just saying, parents need to do better. It's our place to teach these kids that. I mean, that's my thoughts on it. Some of you know I'm a foster parent. Have been for a while now. And that requires taking these kids to therapy and psychiatrist visits and stuff like that. I went to one not too long back, okay? And there was some furries that walked in. Can we wear... It was wolf. It was wolf, okay? And a fox. Can we wear our head suits in? Yes. They were all about them being able to identify as a dead burnt animal. That's when I changed my youngins. No, we won't be doing no therapy here because this is a place that they're supposed to talk to you about mental health and help you with it, but they're encouraging it. No, we don't need this. We'll find somewhere else. And that's exactly what we done. Kids don't know they're kids. And then we wonder what in the world is going on in the world today. Well, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's where it comes back to this ain't crap parents. And I'll say that because I've met a lot of you ain't crap parents. It's really, really weird. They live in a dream. It's a plan. Yeah, it is. And you know what? This same individuals that one day going to have to get out here and pay some bills and hold down a job, and they're going to at some point be told no. But Lord have mercy. The society that we're living in today, don't be telling everybody gets a trophy. No, they don't. No, they don't. Everybody don't get a trophy. You don't get a trophy just for showing up. You have to put forth effort. That's why we've got about 30% workers today. You know, show up at work, give maybe 30%. No, I don't agree with that at all. At all. Everybody don't get a trophy. No. I played basketball for, yes sir, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. For 8 years. Do you know how many trophies I got out of that? 3. Shorty and had to earn every one of them. I didn't get one just because I was on the team. We're playing patty cake with these youngins too much. I love my kids. I encourage my kids. I lay down and die for my kids. But you know what? I'm going to tell them the truth. Yeah, it's not child abuse. It's honesty. It's teaching them to be accountable. I know a lady right now that thinks it's abuse to give her kids chores. Sure does. She thinks it's abuse if her kids have to earn, and I know this because she said it to me, okay? Earn an allowance. Because I'm not just handing out free money. I know out here in this real world, you got to work your hind end off for it. There ain't nothing free. Nothing free. You got to work for it. So at my house, you got chores. I shouldn't have to tell you. You know what they is. They wrote down on the wall. Yeah, she's going to regret it in the long run. And I told her that. And, which might be why she hasn't said too many things to me since. But I told her, I said, keep right up. Keep that right up. Because that's going to be the kid you're going to support till the day you die. It is, because what you're doing is you're not teaching them accountability, you're not teaching them responsibility, and you're sure not teaching them the value of $1. Ain't crap parents. Our kids deserve better. They deserve better. I've seen some really great children. Really great children. By their own mama and father. Be programmed to think that they ain't nothing. And that's the biggest bunch of hogwash I've ever heard in my life. I did chores and received $5 a week. Enough for a slice of pizza and 45 record at a record store. I'm burning records. With a little left over. Nope, they think everything is going to be handed to them. We need our 80s mamas back. Yeah. Because I'm just going to straight up tell you, my mama didn't play. If you have seen my little episode of why I think a holler mama could run the world, you know my mama didn't play. Or if you've heard that story about my mama finding me in a big city. Because, I mean, we wasn't taking no big vacations. We went somewhere, we went there to work. Then you know my mama didn't play. Matter of fact, let me tell you about the fear of God my mama put in me. Right now, there ain't no way I'd be doing something as foolish as what we see on the internet. And I'm going to tell you why. Because although my mother has been gone since 2014, I am fully convinced that if I showed myself that she would rise out of that ground and show up at my honey house and whoop my honey in. Fully convinced of it. We heard words like, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. We feared the fact that it might happen. I turned 40 this year. My mama was horrible. She was mentally unstable, but I got over it. I hate that you had to deal with that. I mean, now, I'll clarify something on my mama. My mama was a good woman. Was she strict? Yeah. But she didn't want us to be little idiots. She didn't want us to go out into this world causing havoc. I can honestly say my mom and daddy raised 4 kids and not one of us has ever had handcuffs on us. So I think they done pretty doggone good. Well. We ain't had handcuffs on us against her will. Tell you what my mom and dad didn't give me. They didn't give me eyelashes. Thank you. Can somebody, while I'm asking wise, and I'm doing this, and it reminds me, is this a universal thing? That when you put your mascara on, everybody goes, and we still get it where we ain't wanting it. Like, see, that right there? I didn't want it there. Didn't ask for it to be. I blinked. We make some of the god-awfulest faces just trying to put on a little makeup. But like I said, I was also taught you don't go out in public looking like a haint before daylight, too. So, I mean, I don't know why we do that. It's not like it makes our mascara go on any better. It don't. If you didn't see that. I have lotion on my hands. Well, primer. I was doing that and it flipped down my... Sorry. Only me. Only me. Easy here. Let me blink a couple times. That way, maybe I don't paint the rest of my face black. Because it's about time for me to do my foundation. And this is the whole reason I wait till last to do my foundation. Because I know I'm going to make a whole mess out of myself while I'm doing my eyes. I know that's going to happen. See, I almost forgot. Come 1/8. 1/8. I almost forgot to even do... And y'all, if this is your first time here, makeup's not my thing. That's not usually what I do. I just happen to be doing it today because I got to be somewhere. And this is one of the most boring things that you can do alone in your bathroom, is your face. Okay, here we go. There it is. Yeah, I don't use none of them little pencil things. I don't do all that business. And since I haven't got no foundation on, you can see all of my age is coming out bad. This right here, this little round spot right here, that was from the house fire. But now, it's almost like life don't like this eye, because if you'll see right above it, right in here, is a perfect circle. That's because while I was younger, and we wasn't, right up and underfoot of the grown-ups, I shot a 30-06, put the scope to my eye, it come back, how? Did. So, this eyebrow, it's got a mind of its own. Now this thing, it's almost dry good enough. See, that's the trick, y'all. We immediately want to remove that mascara that gets up here. Don't. Just let it sit there. It dries, you can peel that stuff off like a sticker. Gotta be somewhere like that in my country, yeah. Got some things to do. But I have a hard time filling this eye in because I got so many doggone scars from my childhood in it. And this one ain't much better. I just really think people can do better. Girls, you're beautiful. Don't worry about other people. A lot of them are. Yeah, That's true. Well, that's something been ingrained in me. And if you're gonna go out in public, at least try to look like somebody. And if I'm being completely honest, it always helps me if I put makeup on when I go to the doctor, because then I know they ain't gonna put me in. Maybe I can look like I'm not feeling as bad as I actually do. Is it cooling down where you all are? Yesterday evening was actually a little chilly on the outside here. Now, when I say evening, I mean the sun was almost down. That live with Rita about Matthew. Battery's trying to go dead. Anyways, that live with Rita about Matthew, it's going to be, as of right now, it's going to be on the 9th. I'm going to talk to her to see about what time. I'm thinking maybe 6:37. But I would appreciate it if people would share her story when she comes on. You never know. You may share her story. It may have somebody think twice before getting behind the wheel of a car and taking some innocent child's life. Or some father's life. Mother. Grandmother. Don't matter. They're taking a risk every single time. Yes, the fish out in the lake will be happy with the cooler weather. Yeah, sure will. You know, Chetty ain't got the fish, I don't think, but maybe one time this year. Am I even lying about that? I don't even know if we went fishing. Have we went fishing this year? I might be thinking about last year. You know, I think I am. Your girl's got a birthday coming up. Used to. It was my birthday all month. My husband tell you about it. All month. It's my birthday. Especially if there's something I was wanting. Now, I'm like, oh goodness. Last day of this month, it's my birthday. Another year older. It's amazing how that happens. Now, since I flushed all the color out of my face, I guess it's time to put a little bit back in it. Okay. I didn't know it was that close. Your girl overdoes her lipstick because she has no real lips. Here I am explaining this like I know what I'm doing. I tell you what, I do got a good video, though, Chetty. Years ago, I used to sell makeup. And I do these get ready with me videos. Just talking. Normally just family, you know, on Facebook. Well, I let my daughter, and I let my son, and I let my husband do my makeup. I might actually let y'all see that sometime, because you want to talk about something that was mess. And look at this. Where I had eye surgery years back, I'm already getting red-eyed. Looks like I'm about to shed a tear. No. No. I do go to. I've never been there. Where is that? If you don't mind me asking. I'm probably just going to take y'all outside with me just a minute. Then oh, that was a wonderful profile, wasn't it? Right up and under my nose. But I didn't put enough. See, I did a whole face of makeup in the dark. Didn't even turn the light on. That's some pro work right there. I don't need those. Can't see with them anyways. Why would I? Front door. Now, Porter Wagner, you need not to get under my feet, honey. Oh. Teddy, get. Y'all, my daughter has got more dogs than most people have children. And they all poodles, except for one. She's tied down there. Ooh, get out here at my age shows, I think. Yeah, I do. I need a little bronzer on it. I should. In the dark, it looked fine. I sat there and did every bit of that with no light on. When I say I live in the country, y'all, I live in the country. Lord, I should have turned the light on. I can see everything right now. Thank you. See, here's my country. I can walk down, I'd walk down to that mailbox in a nightgown, guarantee nobody'd see me. Nobody would. Yeah, I gotta put some bronzer on. I didn't look so flushed out in the bathroom, or I didn't to me. But I also wear glasses, so I gotta get like it's right here. Toby, honey, no, not today, baby. We've got a Porter Wagner, a Flynn, a Toby, a Teddy, and a Mika. Mika's side up. Not because she's mean, but because everybody's afraid of her. She's not a boxer, a pit bull. Porter Wagner is as old as my daughter. And I'm not calling my daughter old, but to be a poodle, he's lived some pretty good years. I mean, he's probably going on, human-wise, 16 years old. Because she's 20. Or is she 22? 21. No, she's 20. Yeah. I would tell him to go down there and play with Toby, but he ain't gonna hear me. Can't hear nothing. He's that old. He deaf. He's got glaucoma. We feel sorry for him. He gets babied. He's kind of the boss when it comes to the animals. Well, let me tell you, we had a dog, and her name when we got her was Rosie, but I ended up calling her Dolly because she was just as white and had the prettiest hair. And I was like, okay. Well, at the same time, we had another dog that my husband called Soda Pop because it was, well, the color of pop. And they got happy one day and had babies. And we got Porter Wagner. Thank you. Is it Tamara or Tamara? See, I know a girl spells her name like that, but we country and we call her Tamara. So I don't want to mispronounce your name. It's nice meeting you too. First one, Tamara. Okay. Sometimes my country messes up a whole lot, especially when it comes to names. It bothers me anymore. What are people really wanting? Are they wanting to make a difference? If they are, why are they wasting their time on stuff that don't amount to nothing? I don't get it. Don't understand it. I don't know, it burdens my heart to think that there's so many people just wound up and when we could be bringing awareness to things. Real stuff, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, I know there's a lot of times I get on here and just act silly. But I'm kind of silly anyway. But I do realize there's things that matter. There's things that people could do to make a difference and they just don't try to. Does that make sense? Shoot, even ChatGPT the other day said that. Sure did. Now, B, me and you will throw hands. You need to just go your way and I'll stay here. But you getting up in my face. Caused me to lose my cool. I don't like bees, y'all. I don't. I might live in the country, but I know what they can do. They swell you up. I know, that's weird. Because that's holler country. That ain't just country. I'm holler country. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm barefooted as I can be right now. And I don't care. I'd walk down there and check my mail just like this. Barefooted. Yes, I would. Go in here and put me a little bronzer on because I'm washed out. I can tell it now that I'm in the sun. Then I've got a teacher coming that I gotta be here for. Yeah, man, I am washed out. But anyways, got a teacher coming. Then, gotta go get my oldest daughter from work. Bring her home. Once they get her back here, then I gotta go to the doctor. There's not enough time in the day. Not enough time in the day. And it looks like I got some kids in there that is decided they don't want nothing in their bed. They throwed everything out. Just a second. I hope I don't put everybody on their head by doing this. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Did I turn the light on this time? Yeah. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad when you did your whole face and didn't turn on no doggone lights. Guess I could use a little nose job too. Y'all were to say, you know what? Tonight I may actually go over the live where my husband did my makeup, because I don't even know what a Hank Before Daylight looks like, but I imagine that's what it looked like. It'd be hard up which one's funnier, my husband doing my makeup or my son. Let me know in the chat which one you'd rather watch. Now my son had some help back in the day. There were some girls from school that was giving him a little inside knowledge on it. Oh, Crystal, that ain't blended. But he still had a hard time. Now, my daughter, back then, she was young. But now, from the time she was about 11, she's always been able to do makeup good. I'm like, is that a filter? No, Mom, it's not a filter. See her in person, wasn't a filter. Yeah, that's my normal schedule. I've always got appointments going on during the day. And maybe one, since adoption's coming up, it has kind of lightened some. But maybe one, or I should have blow dried my hair. It looks greasy as it can be. But maybe 1 or 2 weeks out of a month. Not quite 2. It's more like 1.5. I might get a little free time. Other than that, there's usually 1 or 2 appointments every day. Every day. The ones that bother me is the ones where they say, oh, I'll be there at this time, and then they never show up. They don't know how that affects me, that I ain't got time for you not to be showing up. I don't. The gray is really coming through, y'all. I'm thinking about just embracing it. I'm thinking about just going ahead and having it every bit just dyed gray. What do you think? I ain't even put my clothes on. I'm standing here in my Walking Dead shirt. In my woolly breeches. That's what I call these. My warm woolly breeches. Tell me though. Tell me, because I know nobody else show up, Chatty will. What would you rather see? My husband attempting it or my son. Both of them's funny. My daughter's is funny, but she did a good job. It's the outcome of the other two that's a little questionable. I need to find me some blush. That ain't enough. I tried to use what was on that because I didn't want to overdo nothing. I mean, I don't want to look like a Hank before daylight, but I don't want to look like Jezebel either. I think I used this one. Either one. I can't decide. Put a little up here. Give me a little color back to my face. I gotta pick up Hope. I will ask her which one I should do. It might be a little... And I am working on the Sims thing. They've got a glitch right now, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm about afraid to open it. There's a lot of people losing their save files, so I'm trying to let them get that fixed. I did take one of my mods off because everybody's having problems with it, and we know I had problems with it. It was the only mod that I used, but I don't really see a reason I should have to use a mod on this one. There's a few different lives that I've got that I'll share this and then I'm gonna have to get off here. But a few different lives that I do got planned. I'm probably gonna do that one tonight. I probably am. Because people need something besides Karen to watch. Well, I don't want to say Karen, but bickering. I'll say bickering. Better be safe. Oh, I will. But, what in the world is going on? Then, on 31st, and I've never done this. You see, my hubby can't be home this year. Most of you know, he's an over-road truck driver. And I'm not used to that. So I'm probably going to do a live. Probably going to do me a birthday live. What we're going to talk about, don't know. Have no clue. Have absolutely no clue. I have thought about having family come on and tell their stories about me. You know, my whole 18 years of life. I thought about doing that. But then on the 9th, that's the important one. I want people to really try to show up to that one. This off my hands or I'm going to drop everything. I hope you do a birthday live. That would be fun. Oh, I'm going to. I'm going to because, I mean, I just don't know exactly who all I can get to come on it. If I'm being completely honest, the T-Sim I'd love to have on it, but there ain't no way I get him to come on. I got foundation under my nails, you guys. But, my brother, that won't happen. That won't happen. You can't get him to say happy birthday on the Facebook, so. But, I might be able to get his daughter, my sister, my cousin, of course. May invite some more cousins I've got. I got kind of a big fan. I may even send my hubby a link. Because this ain't what I'm used to my birthday being like. I mean, and I don't mean that, I don't want that to sound horrible, but I'm used to it being me and him. Well, last year, actually, we were with Michelle, her husband, Allie and her husband. But I'm used to him being home. He makes sacrifices. And we're proud of him. We're proud of him because we know he's doing it. What he does for us. He works very, very hard for us. So I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it at all. I'm just saying that in our 25 years of being married, this is the first time he's not made it home for my birthday. So this will be the first time I've had a birthday and him not be here. So I'm going to tell you straight up. There is some Dove conditioner. It's in the skinny bottles. About this tall. It says to repair. Don't use it. Because my hair is almost dry and it looks wet. On a scale from it felt good. It felt good when I put it in my hair. But from a scale from 1 to 10, this stuff is a 2. Only because it felt good when I put it in my hair. But now, I don't like this. I don't like all that business. I don't like it looking like you could fry an egg on my head. No. But I've got a teacher going to be here in about 3 minutes. So I'm going to get off here and I will see you all later. Take zero effort. Be a good human being.